Continuing now with our lead story, hearings about the alleged IRS abuse in Washington today. Joining us now from the Capitol building, Congressman Tom Price of Georgia, a member of the House Ways and Means Committee. So what was the most important thing, Congressman, that you heard today?
Well, we had 6 witnesses before the committee today, and I think a couple things stuck out. One is that 3 of them were Tea Party groups, patriot groups, and their budgets annually were like $2,000. One was in the hole, one was $18,000. So these aren't large groups. No reason for anybody to be targeting them for anything. And then the second thing, which was really troubling, was one of the groups was the donors were not only leaked to an adversarial political group, but those donors were then harassed by folks. And this is just chilling stuff, something that ought not occur, certainly in this country that we know to be the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Okay, now how does it go now? You heard the testimony. I mean, I think you know and believe that there's something wrong in the IRS. How do we hold people accountable now? Does your committee continue? Do you issue subpoenas? Do you ask the FBI to get involved? Tell the folks where it goes.
Couple things. One, the Treasury Inspector General is continuing now an investigation. Before it was just an audit. Now the investigation moves forward. From a congressional standpoint, we've got the Oversight and Government Reform Committee and the Ways and Means Committee, both who are doing their oversight activity. We've heard from the folks up top level at the IRS, now the folks who were victims. And next step is to get the individuals who were on the ground, those folks in Cincinnati, the 4-8 individuals, and then work that up the chain of command to see who it was that made this decision.
They're all going to do what Lois Lerner did.
I don't know that that's the case, Bill, and you certainly have to give them the opportunity to say,
you have
look,
to give it.
Who told me to do this? Who told me to do this?
They're going to take the fifth unless you give them immunity, and your committee has the power to do that, right?
We can subpoena them and provide that immunity. And again, at some point, likely a special prosecutor, because if there's criminal activity, I believe there likely was, but if there's criminal activity, Congress can't prosecute that.
No, that's not your job. That's not your job.
Right.
But remember, they have to tell you the truth under oath, or that's a crime as well.
Exactly.
So I agree
right.
with you that the FBI is going to have to get involved with this. But are you surprised that the White House hasn't been more forthcoming? As I said in the Talking Points memo, tell us what the 157 meetings were. You know what they were. They know why Shulman was up there. Shouldn't they just throw it out there?
Absolutely, and why they're bleeding this out day after day after day is beyond me. They ought to throw the whole amount of information. They need to come clean with the American people. Say who was in those meetings, what was discussed,
what was it.
Exactly, and we'll get to the bottom of this, I promise you. But the American people deserve the truth, and they need to have the truth from this administration.
Now, do you think your colleague Jim McDermott, the congressman from Washington State, wants the truth? Do you think he really wants to know what happened there?
Well, his version of the truth may be a little different than what the American people's version of the truth might be.
Because he was running interference for the IRS today. He was defending the IRS, and the most vocal defender on the Ways and Means Committee, in the face of all this testimony. I mean, I was a little, I knew, he's a far left guy, but
sure.
If it was reversed, if the Bush administration had been going after Media Matters and these people, McDermott would have been the first one out there with the flaming torch.
Absolutely amazing. What he was doing was saying that because the individuals came to the IRS and asked for tax exempt status, that it was their fault that these things happened. It really was phenomenal. But
do you talk to him though? Do you say, "What are you doing, Jim?" Do you have those kind of? What does he say?
Absolutely. Well, as you know, he's a far left guy, and so he says, look, y'all are interested in conspiracies and all this stuff, but the fact of the matter is this was wrong what the IRS did. I believe it to be illegal. I believe that we will prove that. It's also important for people to concentrate and recognize that the IRS is the enforcement arm for the ACA, for the Affordable Care Act, for Obamacare.
Sure.
We can't allow that to move forward, and we've introduced a bill, H.R. 2009, that will preclude the IRS from either implementing or enforcing any aspect of the ACA. Got a lot of traction with it, and we hope it moves forward rapidly.
You'll never get it through the Senate, though. You know that. All right, Congressman, thanks very much. We appreciate it.